Hey, y'all, welcome back to Red at the Wire. Well, today we're going to be looking at the late pick four for Thursday's card at Woodbine. And this is on request from one of our subscribers who wanted to have some Canada handicapping. So here we go.
So this is the Woodbine late pick four. It comprises races 4 through 7, and that's on Thursday, November 16th. We're going to be looking at it. It's important to note that there is one race following this pick four, and Woodbine does not offer a pick five. So this is what we'll deal with, and it is at the 20-cent level, I might add. So you can spread pretty liberally if you'd like to. But let's keep a good economical ticket. Leg one is race four, and it's a claiming race for 7,500, 6 furlongs on the all-weather track for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. And from this one, we'll look at Sonnet's Name. Probably is going to be a fairly low price. This one has had some pretty good success, but the last race to me was really a major disappointment. This one was favored, was on the lead, had a fairly decent lead into the stretch, and then just wilted and dropped for third. It's just not a race that you're supposed to lose uh, from a tactical perspective. So Sonnet's Name, I think, is good enough to stay in the mix here, and will probably be on the engine, but just can't like her after that race. Probably more likely underneath. More Savvy has been competitive in this class level and is firing fresh, coming off a layoff, and that should help. And I'll expect to be factor in this race. Hit and Run is coming in second off the layoff and had a very distant second last time in the race, but at this level, but is likely to, I think, will improve with one race under her belt and has been competitive in this class. So I expect Hit and Run to factor in this race. Lois beat Sonnet's Name from the race we talked about, closed up pretty well, had a little traffic issues and got free, and was able to get up in time. Probably not. There's some others dropping in class I think are probably a little more likely to win this race. Lois, I might peg as under. You see the asterisk for Sonnet's Name. That's what that means for me, is that I'm thinking more under, and Lois probably more of the same. Airy Fairy in the last race, her last race which was a pretty good one, and has a couple that were in here. Had a wide trip all the way around the track, was 5 wide, and yet kept on. And I thought ran a really good race, and with a better trip, I think can be very competitive in here, and hopefully you'll get a price. And then we have a Wildest Treasure. She's been running at higher class levels, and is moving route to sprint to this one, and also from turf back to the synthetic. She ran a good solid race last time, and I think that's the kind of race that dropping in class here likely would produce a winning effort. So a Wildest Treasure, I think, is one that you definitely want to consider as a prime win candidate in this race. Leg two is the fifth race. It's a $25,000 claimer for non-winners of 2 lifetime. Run at 7 furlongs on the all-weather track for 3-year-olds and up. Basketball Jones is one that, from the e-column, that I think we ought to take a look at. Is going up for a tag for the first time, and that's the concerning issue to me. When you do see connections like his, Catherine Day Phillips with her A rider, and you drop this horse into the claim for the first time, it looks to me like they've probably given up on this horse. So he looks a little dressed up to be claimed. However, he does have the talent to factor in this race. I'm just a little reticent that the price will probably be a little too short because of the connections and the drop. And I'm just not sure that this one is a winner. Really, that's what the bottom line is. So underneath, probably more likely. Moment of Peace is coming off the layoff and was on the turf at a route last time. Has been competitive in this class, and firing fresh, I think, will probably be run a decent race. The concern I have is that there are others dropping in class. I think maybe a little more suited, but to win this. But I think Moment of Peace is certainly one that belongs in the mix. Quiet Intent is the one that's going route to sprint and dropping in class. Had ran a competitive effort at the option 40 level last time, so I think we'll appreciate the drop in class and the switch to surface. Moving back to synthetic is definitely something I think this horse will like, and I think is the most logical win candidate here. Magnificent Mario, we're going to throw in mainly because he's the lone closer on synthetic. And as we know, synthetic quite often means uh, horses that are running late are favored a bit, particularly at 7 furlongs. So we have to keep our closer in the mix. Had a pretty decent second last time, and with the right scenario, could get up on time, probably at a price. Leg 3 is the sixth race, and it's an optional claimer at 40,000, running a mile and a 16th on the all-weather for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. Silent Sky, to me, represents the most likely winner in this race, has the back class and the talent. The speed levels, speed figures are superior to most of these in this race, and kept on very well last time, although being wide. And I thought it was a really good trip and deceptively good considering how wide it was. I think with a better trip on the rail this time, this horse is likely to win this race and towers over the field talent-wise to a great degree. Bedazzle Me is a horse that's shown some potential in the past. They put in a stakes race earlier in her career, and I'm just kind of got a feeling, it's a hunch more than anything, that this one's got a better race coming. And so I'm throwing in the mix, and you're going to get a price. Foxy Diva ran in the same race as Silent Sky last time, and I thought ran a really good race. Had a lot of traffic trouble on the rail, but once free was able to demonstrate a good turn of foot, and I think with a better race shape here, then could definitely factor in this race. Moral Turpitude we're keeping in this race, again, as a closer, probably more likely to be under. Don't think has the top end to win this race. And we can kind of say the same for Bijou Baby. Bijou Baby looks like a horse who really hasn't improved very much, and it seems to have plateaued. Seems to run the same race every time. Last time at 22-1, it was good enough for second, but I think there's others in here better suited to win this race. However, I will throw underneath, likely at a price. Leg 4 is the seventh race. It's a $15,000 claimer for non-winners at 3 lifetime at 7 furlongs on the all-weather for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. And this race is interesting in that we have a couple of horses dropping in class, and one of them is very pronounced, and the other one not so much, and more of a positive variety. Sweet Serenade is taking up what I consider to be a pretty significant class drop coming into this race. She has been running at allowance and a higher optional claimer levels prior to this race, and it all of a sudden is now dropped up in for a tag by Roger Atfield, and of course, great trainer, Hall of Famer. But you do have to wonder if maybe they've just either completely given up on this horse or they just want to get her an easy win. And it's kind of hard to tell which, but the last race she ran in would win this easily. And this could just very well be a case of a confidence builder. And maybe, but they're still willing to lose her. And that's really the risk of it. So Sweet Serenade is definitely one you have to use. Going to be on the front end more than likely. And I don't see any significant challenges. So it's a very good possibility that Sweet Serenade could wire the field. However, the price is going to likely be pretty short, and you can't go to the bank with it just because of the class drop is so significant. So I would use, but be cautious in doing so. No More Diamonds really didn't beat very much last time, but is in good form, and because of that, I mean, if Sweet Serenade turns out to be a bust, then No More Diamonds could pick up the pieces a little bit. There are others a little classier than No More Diamonds, but I think the fact that she's in good form puts her in the mix, probably more likely for under, but a competitor nonetheless. Omnion, I like, is also dropping in class, but not as steeply as Sweet Serenade. And this one's in good form, got a win last time, and I think based upon the form in the class, should win this race. Just as in, just looking at everything by comparison, this horse just is in the best form, in my opinion, and is the most talented. So Omniat I like a lot. Then we're going to throw a couple others for under, mainly. You put the asterisk. Trizzle Trazzle comes off a win, but really didn't beat much, and her effort wasn't as good as No More Diamonds, and they basically went against the same class level, not very good, but is in good form, so can factor, but likely under. And Hell of a Holiday again because it is synthetic and particularly at 7 furlongs, you do want to have that late runner. However, I think Hell of a Holiday is probably more likely for under. So to me, it's Umniat's race to lose, but Sweet Serenade would be the obvious, logical next up rival. So here's what our ticket's going to look like for the late pick four. In leg one, race four, we're going to use 6, 7, and 9. Leg two, race five, we're going to use 1, 6, and 8. And in leg three, you'll note I have an asterisk there, the 1, 3, and 7 to use. But if you want to, I wouldn't talk you out of if you wanted to single Silent Sky. I think is a very logical single in that spot. But we want to spread. But let's take it down so we can. It's a 20-cent base on this pick four ticket, so you can spread comfortably. And then leg four, we're going to use 7 or 9, and I think it's Omniat's race to lose. But if Sweet Serenade again is up to the task with the big drop, then we have to consider as well. So that's 3 times 3 times 3. That's 27 times 2. That's a 54. Now note, this is a 20-cent minimum. I have made this $1 ticket. Let's get a payout. If we're going to hit this, let's just go for it. That'll be 5 times the payout on the base. So if we do get a little bit of value in perhaps the first 2 legs, then we get a pretty decent payout, and we're paid for taking the risk. So that's my idea on the late pick four ticket.
So that's the late pick four. There should be some value attached to it, hopefully, and we can take it down. I hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy as always, and I wish you the best of luck. And if you do like content like this, of course, please like and subscribe. And we thank all of those of you who have supported so far. And we'll continue on with the thoroughbred racing season. We've got a big weekend coming up. With a lot of stakes races, so we'll have postings for that. So be on the lookout. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.